Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. It's Rochelle coming at you again today, and I hope you had a great weekend. I wanted to send out another Motivational Monday and talk this week about our focus of intentionality. And really, what this means is the purpose that we're putting forward. And so I found this quote, and it's one that really kind of hit home, especially with how we've had to change so quickly in the last little bit. And it kind of brings in all the things that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks with having, reflective feedback and how we're changing and we're kind of moving in this dance of, COVID and what it's done for us. So this quote I found says, change is inevitable, growth is intentional. And it really made me think about what we are being intentional about. When we're in our teaching mode and we're in the classroom, we have to be very intentional and really purposeful with what we do with our kids that are in front of us. In Alberta, we get an hour of time with our kids from K to 6 typically right now. And we have to be very intentional on what outcomes we're meeting, how we're meeting them, and even with the words and format that we're using. And so I really just wanted to talk a little bit about that this week and really make you think and reflect back on what are you being intentional with and why are you doing that? And if you're not, maybe we need to look at the question of why you're not being intentional or purposeful with that. So to just keep going forward, the other quote here says, never underestimate the power of intention. Your thoughts, your words, they are the key to the future. And so my question for you this week is, what exactly are you being intentional with? What are you being intentional with in what you're planning for your students, in the words that you're using to them? You have such short amount of time that you have to really focus and hone in on being the most effective you can with the time that you have. And really, I want you to think about, why is this important? Why is it important that you're being intentional and purposeful with those outcomes or with the way that you're engaging them or connecting with them right now? And I think let's look a little bit further even, and let's think about, what are we going to be doing when we head back to the classroom and or over the summer or with our families? What are we being intentional about, and why is that important? And if it is important enough, you will make it happen. It will be purposeful and you will carry it forward in the new year when we head back to school. It will happen and transform in your relationships personally or professionally. And so we make time for the things that are meaningful and purposeful. So I really just want you to think about these two questions over the next week. What have you been intentional about? What do you continue to be intentional with when you're teaching and planning for your kids or your students? And why is it important? And if it's not happening, just like reflection, you can ask as many questions as you want. You can set as many intentions as you want. But if you are not actually following through on those intentions, or if you're not answering those reflective questions that are asked, they now don't hold an importance. So think about that. And so I hope you have a great week. I hope you're able to sit down and think about a few things that you can be intentional about this week with your students online or within your family relationships that you've been continuing to build, and even in your own personal family and life. So think about what's intentional, why is it important? And if it's not happening and you're not finding follow through, ask yourself, is it important for the right reasons? And what do I do about it? So I hope you have a great week. I wish you a happy Monday, and I look forward to chatting with you again. Bye, everyone.